let's explore how Dollar General succeeds in small, remote towns where other national chains fail, using low costs, minimal staffing, and a limited product selection to stay profitable. The store often becomes the only retailer in communities, forcing residents to rely on it for essentials. Here are some key points to consider. Rural strategy. Dollar General thrives in small towns, like Faith, where it is often the only chain store for miles. Low operating costs. Stores run with 6 to 10 employees, low rent, and limited product options. Pricing and consumer base. It targets cash-strapped customers, offering small, affordable sizes at higher per unit costs. Impact on grocery stores. By selling cheap dry goods and frozen food, it often undermines local grocery stores, leading to food deserts. Urban expansion and food deserts. In cities like Atlanta and Dayton, Dollar General moves into low-income, low-mobility areas, replacing grocery stores with fewer fresh food options. And crime hotspots. Due to their cash-heavy operations, cluttered layouts, and light staffing, dollar stores often attract robberies and police calls. While Dollar General provides convenience, it also reduces food access, weakens small businesses, and raises crime risk, making its expansion controversial. The following is an analysis of Dollar General using Porter's 5 forces. Threats of new entrants. Low. Dollar General's low-cost model and extensive store network create high entry barriers. New competitors would struggle to match its economies of scale, supply chain efficiency, and rural penetration. While local independent stores could open, they lack purchasing power and brand recognition to compete effectively. Bargaining power of suppliers, moderate to low. Dollar General sources from major suppliers, but its bulk purchasing power gives it leverage. However, since it sells its branded goods, it still depends on large suppliers, limiting its negotiation power somewhat. Bargaining power of buyers, low. Customers have limited options, especially in rural areas where Dollar General is the only store. Its focus on convenience and affordability means customers have little leverage to demand lower prices or better service. However, in urban areas, customers could switch to Walmart, Aldi, or discount stores if available. Threat of substitutes, moderate. Walmart, Amazon, and local grocery stores offer alternatives, but rural customers lack easy access to substitutes. Online shopping could be a long-term threat, but Dollar General's customer base often lacks access to e-commerce and prefers physical stores. Industry rivalry, moderate to high. It competes with Walmart, Family Dollar, Dollar Tree, and local grocery stores. Walmart is a major competitor, but Dollar General's smaller store footprint and lower operational costs give it an edge in these rural areas. Merits of Dollar General's position. Internally, strengths of the business model are low-cost operations, strong rural penetration, efficient supply chain, and resilient in economic downturns. Externally, market and competitive positioning is high customer dependence, steady expansion, and diversification. Dollar General's competitive advantage. They have good cost leadership, convenience and accessibility, market segmentation, and operational efficiency. Dollar General has a strong defensible position, especially in rural and low-income urban areas. While it faces some threats from Walmart, online retailers, and local grocery stores, its cost leadership, strategic location choices, and efficient operations ensure it maintains a competitive edge. However, regulatory scrutiny and community backlash over its impact on local grocery stores could pose long-term risks.
Hi, my name is Gus Pauly, and my part of it is to consider how the social and cultural environment and how it might be changing and the implications for Dollar General's competitive advantage. So I started off with institutional theory. Institutional theory suggests that organizations adapt to formal and informal pressures to maintain legitimacy and sustain competitive advantage. Dollar General operates in an environment shaped by regulative, normative, and cultural cognitive institutions. Dollar General also operates in a dynamic social and cultural environment that is constantly fluctuating and adapting to new and existing consumers and markets. By using institutional theory, we can break this down into regulative, normative, and cognitive institutions. Dollar General's competitive advantage is constantly shifting due to these factors and affects their strategies and methods of making maximum profit ethically. One of these impacts is the pressure of the current economic climate and the resulting consumer behaviors. The rising cost of living, as well as inflation and economic uncertainty, have led to consumers seeking cheaper alternatives. Dollar General aims to maintain competitive advantage by offering low-cost essential goods for these consumers. They do take advantage of poorer areas because people don't have supermarkets near them, and it's worked like a charm. It's honestly a win-win. They supply the product, they supply it at low cost, and Dollar General still makes profit. The overall economic shift to budget-based shopping strengthens Dollar General's appeal to lower and middle-class consumers. This maintains their competitive advantage and price leadership. Another factor that affects the social and cultural environment is rural expansion and the shift into even further urbanization. As Dollar General has focused on more rural areas, which many other chains do not, they face less competition and still get purchases in bulk. Sometimes they're the only chain in town, meaning that you only have one option for certain supplies. It's basically kind of like a monopoly, which works really well to maintain their competitive advantage. They're the only market available, and they don't supply that many products as well, so it makes them tons of profit because they don't have to pay for more of a supply chain. The continued implementation of technology and evolving shopping preferences also play a key role. Consumers now value convenience, leading to more demand for smaller stores. Dollar General also has an app like many other companies, as well as self-checkout. And this is also pretty crucial because since they're in low income and rural areas, there are a certain amount of robberies that take place. This also maintains their advantage. And they're all cultural cognitive options, and now for the regulative institutional processes. A key example of this is minimum wage hikes and worker rights advocacy. This forces Dollar General to adjust their cost structure, changing some processes and forcing them to hike prices and pay more in salary. Dollar General also uses community partnerships and has modified store processes to maintain growth. They end up getting better deals because they're the only place in town providing that good. Procurement strategy is also shifting due to the want of more ethically sourced products and safer products, which also affects their profitability. These are all key regulative reasons. Now for normative institutions. An example of this is sustainability and environmental concerns. Both consumers and investors increasingly demand corporate responsibility in environmental practices, such as less carbon footprint and less plastic use. Dollar General's ability to implement sustainability without raising prices would be key to maintain their competitive advantage. They take advantage of lower income areas, and it works really well, helping buyers socially and still making them a good amount of profit. The treatment of workers also, of course, plays a key role. Costco and Target, which are somewhat key competitors of Dollar General, have implemented better wages and benefits. Dollar General faces pressure to also do this, which may limit their competitive advantage, but they also don't employ many employees in the first place. They do not provide many jobs, but they in fact do keep towns afloat due to their affordable products. It's very interesting. Now for corporate social responsibility. Corporate social responsibility suggests that businesses must balance profitability with social and environmental responsibilities. Dollar General's approach can be evaluated through the 4 dimensions of CSR. The first of these dimensions is economic responsibility. Dollar General's process of constantly maintaining low prices is essential to their business model. Their simple supply chain works as well. This maximizes their profitability while also maintaining efficiency by staying in their market where they belong best. Cost-saving strategies while maintaining social and environmental responsibilities is also another crucial example. Staying in these rural areas results in them attacking a market that not many chains have a say in. Doing this ensures profits in low-margin retail. Also, improving worker wages has certainly helped. Here are some processes I've devised to improve competitive advantage while still considering the social and cultural environment. Dollar General can adjust institutionally for legitimacy and growth. They should strengthen partnerships with local communities and suppliers to maintain their monopoly on their markets. They should also improve labor policies and ethically source their products. They can also leverage CSR for brand differentiation. This enhances sustainability without raising costs, and further helping out in the community improves public perception. Expanding technologically will also prevent cash robberies and further expand profits. Localized inventory management and more option for digital payments will also help them with this. Overall, Dollar General should still continue to develop things to make it more profitable while maintaining a strong and social culture environment which they already maintain.
Hi, my name is Cameron Arnold, and I will be presenting question number 3. My group and I came up with 3 solutions for the prompt that we believe make good improvements to Dollar General's business plan. We often think of strategy as something that happens in boardrooms, big cities, or large management firms. But what if one of the most quietly powerful strategic plays in America is happening within the margins, in places left behind? Dollar General has become a fixture in rural America. With over 19,000 stores and counting, it's not just a retailer, it's often the only store. In Wendover's analysis, they showed how Dollar General and dollar stores fill institutional voids where there are no grocery chains, no pharmacies, and no job centers. But here's the insight our analysis adds. Dollar General hasn't just expanded into these gaps, it's become an informal institution itself. In the perspective of institutional theory, we see institutions as the rules, norms, and structures that shape society. Dollar General, by sheer size, now shapes behaviors. What people eat, where they shop, even how towns develop. This institutional role comes with influence, but also responsibility. This is where shared value becomes a strategic pivot instead of treating underserved communities as passive markets. Dollar General could treat them as partners in development. One strategic play Dollar General could make is to establish a fresh food section sourced from local farms. Some benefiting changes Dollar General or any other dollar store in rural areas can make is incorporating the help of local farmers. Using local farmers doesn't just mean fresher groceries in towns where the drive to the nearest large name grocer may be well over 20 minutes. This can save local townspeople a large deal of time. Who wants to drive 45-minute round trip for fresh groceries? This policy incorporation can also help farmers who may be struggling to sell crops in season. By having a reliable, larger scale business to sell their crops to can greatly boost harvest income, creating a better sense of community. Another opportunity Dollar General can implement is incorporating a co-op ownership model for local individuals to manage and support the oversight of the store. This change theoretically creates a more included feeling within the community. This also, however, may influence the crime rates as well. By having local townspeople oversee and manage a store, if someone was to unfortunately rob or steal from the store, it would not be seen as stealing from a large name brand, but rather from the people of the community. The third point I would like to make is that Dollar General can implement a local workforce. Many people who live in small towns may not have a job opportunity very close to them. For starters, rural towns often don't have big name retailers that are giving job opportunities to people. This means less competition and more opportunity for Dollar General to be the go-to store. It is also cheaper to operate in these areas. Rent, wages, and other costs are lower, so the company can make a profit and pay their employees. Plus, many of these communities are underserved. People need a convenient place to buy everyday essentials like food, cleaning supplies, and toiletries, without driving long distances, as I said prior. Dollar General steps in to meet that need. So it's a win-win. The community expands affordably, and rural communities get access to affordable everyday items close to home. In conclusion, these are entrepreneurial openings that align with Dollar General's logistics and data on rural demand. By reframing itself as a platform for rural influence, not just retail, Dollar General could evolve from a cost leader into a community leader. And here's the strategic advantage. When a company becomes part of a fabric of everyday life, loyalty isn't just transactional, it's a way of life. Dollar General has already changed the face of rural retail. They have changed the game by embracing the role they already are playing. Dollar General is not just a corner store, but a cornerstone. Thank you for listening to our presentation.